Hey guys, what's up? This is Peter Bolano, and I want to walk through how to use intuitive keys to set up for a gig, to prepare for a set. So first off, we know that we begin with the Stage Piano Pro patch, and this allows us to solo the piano sound. And if our Nano Control is properly mapped, we can, at the touch of a button, configure our piano. So if all we're playing is piano, really all we have to do is kind of think through, okay, what parts do we need in here? Do we need a lo-fi piano at some point? And which is the right piano? Do we want Maverick, or do we want Grandeur? Or do we want Aliases? So they're all gonna sound a little different, or maybe the Yamaha. It's a little bit clanky. Same with the Steinway. So Yamaha sounds really nice. Grandeur sounds nice. All right. So anyways, we could brighten the top here, or thin the bottom in the right situation. Use the delays, or use this special effects delay. And so just kind of sort through that, or the shimmer and hold, or we could just turn shimmer on everything. Or this infinity verb over here would allow us to hold a pad out, whatever we're playing, to infinity. It has 100% feedback. And the way to get out of that is not to turn it off, it's to just pull back on the mod wheel and let it kind of fade out on its own. So infinite hold is like that, in that it'll hold out forever, but it will reset the chord. If the chord, if it conflicts, it'll reset the chord, so you won't hear that confliction. So that's called ducking, is the technical term for that. All right, so, and then we would of course come up here and decide, are we working in stereo? Do we need to push this low cut button because we're gonna be playing in the bottom octaves and we don't wanna step on the bass player, or we just wanna thin our sound out a little bit more, so that, just gonna push that real quick, so I'm not stepping over or creating a lot of bass where I really don't need to be. So that's completely your option. Just what do you want to send the house? If you manage yourself right, you might want to just keep that off, and then you just stay out of the lower octaves unless you really are intending to go down there for some reason. All right, and then we know that we can just step forward into the patches. And then let me just say that if you've set everything up properly, your Nano Control is very closely mapped to this config. And so if you haven't, you're going to want to go over here to intuitivekeys.com, down to this chord Nano Control, this information menu and chord Nano Control, and that's going to walk through what the Nano Control is, the issues with the default CC mapping, how I change those values, and then it gives you the MIDI chord control editor that you can flash the new scene set, which is available for free here even before you buy Intuitive Keys Pro. So even if you're not using our product, you could use that, and this is still going to be helpful in overcoming these issues. And then you can always restore to the factory settings. So that's the Nano Control. So what's the deal with these orange folders and these green folders? So the orange folders are combinations. They're multiple sounds. They're more than one. So this is 2 right here. And then we can step forward to the next. And this is 2. This is a house roads and a warm pad. And then if we step forward again, this is the same warm pad. You see the alias still holding out, but now there's this cinematic string. And then we step step forward to the next one and it still holds the cinematic string, but then there's a little bit more going on there. So these are the patches, and in here is the aliases of the individual patches that make up these combinations. So these are combinations, these are the patches. And you can use these individually. There's absolutely no reason you couldn't. And if you don't know, on our organs you use aftertouch to turn on the rotor speed. And then the mod wheel is the volume. So you don't need to use your feet. You can stand up, which is how I play. I mean, I'm a complete poser B3 player, but this is how I play my organs. So, and for instance, this is an example of a layer that is kind of a poser thing, but I think it's really cool. Kind of gives you a lot of rock flavors all in one patch, and they actually work together really well. So this folder here is really designed for the first keys player in mind. It's designed to be layered with piano and do a really great job. This heavy tones in particular is just love that with Maverick. And then this next folder here is really designed for sort of that keys 2 player. So these are, more significant pads that probably aren't going to drone on for the whole song. I mean, you could play it with the mod wheel and aftertouch and really do different things on the verse and the chorus, but you can also do much bigger things. Not going to play that on an entire song. And if you're like me, I mean, I'm a padaholic, so there's a ton of pads in here, and these really let you change up, and I really think like Gladiator is really different from Planet Earth, even though they're both very cinematic, right? And then we've got just some huge stuff. So, gorgeous, amazing stuff. I really hope you get a chance to use half of what's in there at some point. And then we've got these movement combinations, and these are really set up to be, they work only if you're playing to a click track. If you hear the click track, you're using in-ear monitors, you're not using floor wedges, and your drummer is hearing the same click track and keeping time. That's the only way you're really going to be able to use a patch like that. Everything has to be locked in at a specific, 130.0 beats per minute or whatever it may be. The way you change the tempo for the template is up here at the concert level. So this is where you can see here's the tempo at the concert level. So that's here, and that this will tell you what the tempo is at a given set or patch or whatnot. So, and then EDM combos, these are so again, you need to play to a click, very precise timing. Everyone's great at playing to a click and no one's rushing. That's the only way that works. And if it does, it's the best thing ever. And there's a demo of me playing live to a drum loop, so you can see how well that works. And it's a little bit of an art, and sometimes you don't hit exactly right, and then you just fix it the next bar and re-trigger. But most of the time you can get it really close. You get it nailed, and a live drummer can also hear what the keyboardist is doing and find that pocket of the groove in a way that's just really magical. So now we've got folders. Here's that House Rhodes again. And then down here we've got that vintage pad right here. So, and what we can do is, this is an alias and this is an alias. And so we can just choose these two patches, Control, Command click, and then go up here to the little gear and click New Patch from Selected Patches. And now that right there is the exact same patch as, exact same patch as this one right here. And you can see the alias still playing here, right? Now you heard the tone change because the mod wheel was in a different position from there to there. So to get that to be saved in a specific position, you set it where you want it, and then you just hit save. And then every time you go back there, it'll be right at that same level. So you can reuse a patch but have it sound slightly differently. All right, so these are our patches. And so now where are the actual patches? Because these are aliases. Here's the actual patches in this black folder. So you want to stay out of the black folders and just use these aliases. And if you do that and you make combinations of aliases or you clone aliases, you end up with more aliases, and then you're not adding any new instances of anything to your template. It doesn't bloat, it'll just continue to behave. So tons of patches in there. So here's a song starter set. So let's look at what's in here. Here's a live song, so no specific tempo. So might start out verse 1 playing some pads, add an EP, add a string, add another EP. For the bridge, maybe get a little bigger. Come back down for the chorus, and then end with a really small pad. So that would typically be the prep I would do for a song. It could be any song. I might step through something like that to build some variation between the sections of the song. And I like being very precise like that and having things related, but some change-ups, kind of like what you hear in a record. So in a record, you'll typically hear some sounds coming in and out. So that's the role I try to play as a second keys player. So this legacy set, this has tempo stuff to it. So, and this will be included in the legacy template once I rework it. I think something very similar is in there right now. And then this is also obviously in the Pro template. So, and this has a split. So I can play a riff in the right hand and do this thing in the left hand, and again it's to a very specific tempo. So so now what happens if our song is at a different tempo than the next song? So what you're going to want to do is you could step through every patch in the song and change the tempo here, but what's better to do is keep that unselected. Go up here to the set, click change tempo. Oop, where'd it go? There it is. Change tempo to, it just jumps to the left a little bit. It's kind of funny. Say 120. And then every patch in here is now at 120. So let's check that out. All right, so watch what happens here. We'll do a little test. So I'm playing this. So this is at 120. And then I'm just going to click over here, and it speeds up to the tempo of everything else, 130. And I click here, it's back to 120. So, sorry, I probably didn't need to be yelling here. Right there, you can hear it's at 120. And then I click over here, and it speeds up to 130. And then I come back, and it's at 120. Okay? So that, again, just by changing the tempo to the folder right here, and then keeping these all unselected. All right. So let's say we are going to do a new song. What I would suggest is you go to your downloads folder, the goodies box, and you're going to see the goodies folder. You're going to see something called nested folder patch or new song set, and you're going to drag that over. And the nested folder patch is set up just so you can build out a set or your favorite, you build a bunch of aliases out here and you can build your own set of combinations. Or the new song set is kind of, let's say you're putting together a new patch. What you would do is you would say, oh, I think I might need that, and I might need that, and so I'm going to hit copy on that, and then I'm going to go here and I'm going to paste them in there. And then I might need to go to, maybe there's some movement something in here too. So I'm going to need, let's see here. Maybe I need this. And actually I'm going to grab both of those, and I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab that. All right. And we're going to paste all of these in here into our favorite aliases. So these again could be patches if I'm creating my new combos, or they could be combos. It really doesn't matter what you paste in there. It's just pretty much what do you need to get the job done. So let's say maybe I want to paste the synth in there too. So I'm not sure exactly which one. I'm just going to grab those, maybe those 4 right there. So I'll just hit copy, and I'm just doing copy paste because they're already aliases. So I don't need to do Command Option V to paste and make them aliases. They're already aliases. So now I've got all kinds of stuff I need here. And now it's just a matter of what do I need to put in which order. So I might choose Gladiator here, and I'll put that in there. And then I might choose Beautiful Pad and Beautiful Pad Pulsar. And then I might choose, let's say I want to do Sweet Synth or Retro, Sweet Synth and Beautiful Pad. So I might want to create a new layer. So I just click on the gear and go New Patch from Selected Patches. And then this is Sweet Synth, Beautiful Pad. So kind of that easy. Take these 2 back up. And there we go. And let's see what we got. We got this. Pretty cool. And then I got pretty awesome. So I've never tried that before. So Beautiful Pad Pulsar, and we're going to do Sweet Synth again because that just seems so cool. And Sweet Synth Beautiful Pad Pulsar. All right, and now maybe I don't want to use Gladiator. I just want to start out with Beautiful Pad, and then I want to go to Sweet Synth Beautiful Pad for the chorus, and then for verse 2 I want to start out with Beautiful Pad Pulsar and go to put a Sweet Synth on that. So this is verse 1. This is chorus 1. And I'm going to label this just to remind myself, so while I'm rehearsing, I get everything in the right order and I can look at it. But by the time it's time to play this thing, I'm not really going to be looking a whole lot. I just going to be, I just click next pad on each section, or next patch on each section. And the right thing just better come up because, I don't got a lot of time to think. I just want everything to be perfect. So And again, I can save the location of this thing wherever I want it to be. So maybe that's where I want the verse 1 beautiful pad to be. Maybe there's a piano on that, or maybe not. Okay, and then chorus. Now what if the tempo isn't 130? Then again, we come up here to this song set and we change the tempo to whatever it is, 112 maybe, right? And so now everything's at 112. And we confirm that right here. And we can skip forward. Save that position up there, so we're going to hit save, and then we're going to have that. Next time we go to that patch, it'll be right at that location. So I'm going to back up one. It's going to finish saving here. My machine's also doing 4K video capture at this moment, so it's doing a lot. So there's that, and then we go forward, and there's the new location for the mod wheel. It's right where I want it to be. So that's how I do my song prep. And then when I have this exactly the way I want it, I label this, you know, my new song, and then we grab these 4 patches and we put them down in the song user song set database down here, and this sort of lets me keep track of everything. So next time I come back, I can just go grab these patches out of my new song. So let me label that my new song, and I hit return. There it is. I changed the tempo to 112 just to remind myself, or I could even put that info right in here. And there we go. And then next time I need to play this song, all I got to do is bring in a new song set like this. And so let's just say we played our set. We used this folder to do that, but now I'm done with my set. So I hit delete. I come back the next time, and here's my patches. And all I do is copy these back into here and call that my new song. And I'm ready to go. And I can play through that and make any changes I want. But my new song. But I'm ready to go. I probably can even, so it copied it into the lower folder. So I want to make sure it's in this upper folder. And then I really don't even need this folder here, so I could delete that. And then that way I'm keeping track of my aliases. They're not getting sort of disconnected, because if I save this out and pulled it back in, it might not find the aliases and it would create new instances of a lot of those patches. So this is my solution for kind of keeping track of everything and where all the patches are. And you got a lot of folders here for a lot of tunes. So hope that makes sense. If there's any questions, please ask me. By the way, if you needed to put a piano break in here somewhere, maybe there's a piano break after chorus 2, and then it comes back with this same motif right here. This is how you would put a piano break in there. And so that would just let you solo out the piano, and then you could just relabel this right here. So I hope I've covered everything. It just sort of becomes so automatic when you do it this way, and so easy, but everyone kind of has to work out their workflow. But I wanted to show you mine so that you can decide what works for you. You can see sort of what my intent was behind creating this, and then work something out for yourself. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you're loving it. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.